Hello and welcome back to another video, guys. In this video I'm working on this BMW 5 Series 2018, and we have so the problem we have with this vehicle, sorry, I'll have to move this and get the correct vehicle. The problem we have with this vehicle is actually right now the engine is shaking. I can feel wobble, and if you listen to it from the back end of the car where the exhaust is, you can hear like a misfire type. Now a lot of people will probably say, you know, it's going to be spark plugs in the ignition coil and whatnot, really. But in this instance, I have done the diagnostic. I've done a diagnostic on it, and it's come back with something that's quite permanent. I'll show you guys in 1 second. Obviously, drivetrain comes on, as you can see. Engine management lights on there. So we shall let this pair up. So yeah, as you can see, there's a few faulty bits. Cylinder 1, obviously, what we'll do, we will certainly change the spark plugs in the ignition coil afterwards, but we first have to start off with this fault here. And this is quite easy if you have the right tool. Now you can get away, well, when I say easy, what I mean is, it's very common in the BMW world, especially the newer models. You can get away with just a software update, code it, you know, as in, you know, reprogram it, put the latest software on, done, dusted. Once that's done, then you move on to the rest of the fault codes on here, as you can see. Now, what we're going to do is do the software update and then come back onto it. As you can see, it says permanent. I'll try and erase it. I very doubt that it will erase. If it does, happy days, but it won't do it. Well, even if it does, it will be still stored within the ECU. So as you can see, okay. So what we're going to do is, I'm using the Autel ultralight, Autel Max's ultralight. So to code in anything, you basically have to have the full whack, that which is paired up. So let's come out of this for now. I'll go into the engine, see if we can. It doesn't give us any special functions. Fair enough. So we'll have to go into programming. It's already telling us the risks, which I'm not bothered about because I know all the ins and outs. But yeah, make sure as well. I mean, do back it up if you can, because it's really good. So connect using the tool USB. So yeah, this. If we just pop this on here, okay, and then I'm going to pop the USB in here. So it's all just disconnected itself and paired it all back up. Brake system, I won't worry about any of them anyway. It's fine. And the car does lose power, obviously, it judders like hell. So that's probably it. So if you're lucky, you know, you'll get away with just software update, which a lot of people don't know about. If not, you'll just have to change the component and the part and then reprogram it back to the car, and that should also solve it. But for those that are in the same boat and having the same issue, I highly recommend doing this. I mean, Snap-on will also do it, but Autel's your best bet in this game, or even dealer software if you have happy days. It's a lot better than all of these machines. Telling us that, we'll just hit OK, and it's going to pair up to the Wi-Fi, which I am going to drive close. So we are paired up with the Wi-Fi. It's going to download the files. So it's completed that procedure. It took about 5 minutes, probably less. And hopefully it's going to move on. Where unit control, nothing's been really. So in this case, you have coding and programming, okay? You have to program because that's where it actually adds the new, Okay, right, so I have to update this as well. I haven't updated in a while. So let me update it and then hopefully come back onto this. So welcome back again, guys. It's another day basically because the update and the battery was low. So I have updated it. We've got the latest BMW software on there and the latest file on the Autel machine itself. So we'll do selective update. Well, let's do selective update. Click on that. So we'll do the engine. Okay, so on some cars you got to be careful. So let's just say 5 Series is also common, and it depends on the spec. It has 6 Series, 7 Series, also and the X models as well, X3, 4, 5 and 6, whatnot. They're also you've got to be careful. So when you do update this on sometimes the gearbox, what happens is it will lose the ride height level sensor and you have to reprogram that back on. It's really common, so just be careful when you do it. You have to bear that in mind. It's a ball ache. But we'll just do the engine for now. I mean, there's a lot of different. It already highlights what needs coding. It tells you what needs coding in and program. Well, I've selected that. Let's do this. And here it's telling us, and it will give us a rough ET. I think it was there on there. So it's going to connect to the Wi-Fi again itself automatically. I'm a bit of a distance from the Wi-Fi, but it should just reach, which is good. And obviously ignition needs to be on, guys. Okay. It depends on the files. Some files are very, very heavy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is it airbag? Airbag files are heavy. Some files are very heavy, but and the iDrive file as well is heavy file. That'll take a long time. Car for car varies, but what I've realised with BMW is common. So that's ready. I mean, I'm hoping this will solve it. Obviously, if it does, it does. If not, then highly recommend changing that component like we said. Don't worry about these faults. These will all play up anyway. So nothing to worry about here. And after that, it will turn off the Wi-Fi itself automatically. And as you can see on there, don't worry about that. I've been in situations before where it actually fails and you have to do it again. I mean, don't ask me why, but it just does happen. So that's done it, and it's moved on to the next one. This may take a bit. So we're nearly there. This has taken about 2-3 minutes, nothing crazy. And with these other ones, it's pretty damn quick. It literally takes like a good few seconds and done. And these, a few minutes, probably 3 or 4 minutes, and it goes through all these as well. So I shut that off. So that's done. Like I said, I'll go through them one by one. Don't worry about them, it's going to solve itself when it does the run power command, which is further down. By the way, the vehicle was quite bad on battery, so I've paired something else up to it for the time being. Don't worry about any of them, by the way, guys. It's fine. It's part of. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, is this one here. It just needed coded in for some reason. Don't worry about that. I was already picking up saying service overdue, so we'll reset that afterwards, and it'll require service as well. So it's just gone through it all, guys. It's going to delete everything. Everything's going to shut down just like that, as you can see, and it's going to bring everything on in any second. Got to be careful when you're doing this coding. If I were you guys, I'd back you up as well. I mean, it's best option. So I've done it all, and then we'll go into the engine management section and see what the codes are. But really, it does erase it sometimes. Sometimes sticks and you have to do it again. Sorry guys, I didn't get a chance to go through it all with you by videoing it all. So what happened was everything was programmed, all good. The fault codes were still playing up. It was no longer permanent, it was intermittent, so you could delete it, it's fine. This time it wasn't permanent, you know, stuck solid. It used to ping up again, like, you know, after a bit of a drive. So what we did was we ordered 4 spark plugs and 4 ignition coils, and this, after changing it, this cured it all. No more issues, no more juddering. The car was solid as anything. But yeah,